My name is Kayla Sexton, and this semester I took So You Think You Want to Teach with Professor Tolley for my freshman year Odyssey seminar. When people have talked about teaching, they say that their favorite part is watching the kids light up as they grasp new concepts, and that despite the bad days, teaching is what they want to be doing day in, day out. However, during my Shadow a Teacher Day at Duncan Creek Elementary School, I learned that a great deal of difficulty comes with teaching and is left out in everyday conversations about being an educator. The crying, frustrated children who are tired and not in the mood to learn. The children who are facing struggles tougher and mountains steeper than most of us can even imagine. Teaching is no walk in the park. I, however, was fortunate enough to have a wonderful teacher in high school who taught me a great deal about what it means to be a good teacher. Her name is Jerry Flannery, and she has been teaching longer than I've been alive. Miss Flannery told me one day that the hardest part of teaching is remembering that the kids you don't want to love are the ones who need it the most. That has stuck with me, and after this class, I understand what she meant. One of my favorite teaching quotes is that teaching is the one profession that creates all other professions. Teachers are not given enough credit for the lives that they are changing. Teachers are generally the ones who encourage or discourage students from pursuing their dreams by shaping the way that they see themselves when it comes to intelligence and believing in themselves. What this course has taught me is that teaching definitely brings joy to the lives of teachers as they watch their students learn curriculum as well as real-life lessons about living as a human in the real world through methods such as discussions, visualizations, and play. Watching a child light up from the grasping of new material to collaborating and using teamwork to complete tasks, there are plenty of rewards that teaching brings, as long as you're in it for the children. However, after further delving into that field of education, I am not sure if the field is for me. While finding excitement in the joy of children is something that comes all too easy to me, the negatives in some personal ways seem to potentially outweigh the positives for a lifetime career. For example, creating lesson plans that I am expected to stick to item for item, to grading multitudes of tons of papers, to only turn my head to a whole new stack of papers that have yet to be graded, to teaching to the curriculum when I would prefer to take more time focusing on the individual needs of the students and the larger life lessons that are crucial to learning at a young age. I am not sure that the field of education is for me. With that being said, this course has further solidified the path for myself that I was beginning to question. That path being child advocacy law. I strongly believe that it should never hurt to be a child, so representing their interests in court as well as providing a support system for them in the forms of playing with toys in the office as almost a form of therapy, to going on ice cream adventures to get the children to open up, to sliding down the slide on the playground to make sure that the child knows he or she is loved and appreciated despite his or her current circumstances. When I was in high school, I was fortunate to have the opportunity to take on a part-time internship during my senior year through the mentorship of Jerry Flannery. I worked with Judge Waller and his amazing staff at the Gwinnett Juvenile Court, where I got to file papers and let my curiosity get the best of me as I read into interesting dependency, delinquency, and custody cases, shadow them in the courtroom, and watch cases unfold as verdicts came out in families that were all situated in very different dynamics, related in such opposing ways. And I got to ask an uncountable number of questions when I couldn't quite wrap my head around decisions that were made or the events that occurred. For now, I am planning to continue with my education at the University of Georgia and to double major in psychology and human development so that I have a better understanding of why people act the way that they do. I then hope to continue to Georgia's law school to finish out my law education before getting a career. My plan excites me because I believe that personal growth is of major importance to life, and I know that with my experience, I will continue to grow as a person even more than I already have, as I become more coachable and open to listening to new ideas and methods, as I learn that even a master, I will never know everything, and a lack of knowledge leaves a large space to go to sleep every night a little bit smarter than I woke up. Additionally, my career will help me create a healthier environment for my own family one day when I have kids or become a foster mom, because I will be able to better understand where the children's thoughts and actions are coming from. My friendships will also benefit as I am able to help my friends understand why people act the way that they do, as well as help them get through the rough times with my knowledge in areas of psychological processes and the development of people. And since I hope to be a lacrosse coach when I'm older, as I was all throughout high school, I know that sometimes learning new skills can be challenging and frustrating. I am hoping that this field of study will teach me how to have a great deal of patience and creativity when it comes to teaching new skills. Another important piece of my future is my hope to make a difference. But I don't just want to make a difference in the lives of the children that I directly work with. I have a dream to end sex trafficking, especially that of kids. Atlanta is the #1 city in the world for sex trafficking, contributing to the $32 billion black market industry that rips the innocence and hopes of kids from their fingertips every year. People, especially females, are manipulated and trapped in a cycle that they can't break, especially when they don't know where they are and the only person that they are depending on is the one who is abusing them. It's heartbreaking to know that children are forced into this ring and may never escape it. So I want to end it. I want to use my knowledge of the law and my love for children to fight against sex trafficking. As I was working on this project, I realized that one day I may enjoy being a prosecutor for the sick individuals who are caught running sex trafficking right underneath our noses without us even knowing. My dream is for little girls and boys to feel safe in their own towns and cities at events with bunches of people without their parents feeling sick to their stomachs that someone may come and snatch their child right up from under them. Overall, while this odyssey has helped me find a new appreciation for teachers, it has been even more helpful in putting me back on the path that I know I am being called to serve. I want to specifically thank Professor Tolley because your knowledge and wisdom this semester has helped me refocus on my path and be confident in my decision to pursue law when my thoughts were wavering as I was being faced with so many other options. I just wish that I had had a teacher like you when I was in elementary school. So to conclude my presentation, I would just like to say thank you, Professor, and the class for helping me rediscover my future and for providing support this semester.